Hello, it is I, Beyond a Hero, back with another video. As an avid Skylander fan, naturally I would like to try out as many Skylanders as possible, without wasting all my money, that is. There's some Skylanders that look pretty interesting, and other Skylanders I just don't really seem to care about, let's just say. However, there are some Skylanders that I remember watching their character trailers, and I just really want them, but then I unfortunately don't have enough money to get them. So today, I'll be talking about 5 Skylanders that I desperately want. But I do have some rules though. I can't allow V-poses or chase variants, although now when I think about it, I really want Gold Drill Sergeant. But I save my money up for that one. So without further ado, let's just get straight onto this list. It's not going to be a long video anyway.
Barring Eruptor, I don't have any of the original Fire Skylanders, which is why all of them really interest me, but one that's interesting the most to me is Igniter. I mean, come on, he's a suit on fire. How is that not cool? Okay, Blastone may have copied him. From what I've seen in commercials, Igniter seems to have a very fun moveset. I mean, I guess it would be so fun to summon your Flame Spirit fella and use your Flame Sword to destroy enemies. I mean, it does seem very fun to me. And that Fire Blade Slam, that should be pretty awesome. So I hope I have enough money to get Igniter one day, so that I can see whether I can have fun with a character that mainly deals with close range problems. Next up, we have Enigma. Enigma's design may look basic, but it already looks pretty cool, and judging by his moveset, it seems you can have a lot of fun with this guy. When I was younger, I remember seeing this one move where he can drop his cloak down and then freeze enemies. I found it really interesting, and I kind of wanted to get the guy, so I don't know why I didn't get Enigma when I was younger, but I hope one day, I'll finally add a Magic Skylander to my trap team. While I also desperately want Kaboom, Wallop, Headrush, and Crypt King, Enigma has the best design out of all these guys, and thus, that's why I want this guy a lot more than said Trap Masters. Next up, we have Magna Charge. Now, even though tech is my favorite element in Skylanders, for some reason I don't have a tech swapper yet in my collection. Despite being your typical Skylander robot, which is something I like anyway, his design looks pretty cool, and I like the sound his blasters make, for some reason. Don't ask me why. And now that I've given away Freeze Blades to one of my friends, I'm more than curious to see what the other Swap Force Skylander with his speed ability can do for me. Next up, we have a pretty controversial choice, but I'm placing Nightfall. You see here, even though Nightmare and Hoodsickle are pretty good Skylanders, they're not one of my favorite Skylanders of all time, and they're the only Dark Skylanders I own. So, naturally, I'd be wanting a Skylander from a Dark element that I actually at least place in my top 30, and that Skylander I hope that will be is Nightfall. The one move that interests me the most is the one where you go through the ground and you shoot black holes at enemies. That seems pretty fun. I just hope that the edgy design is worth it. And now for a Skylander I desperately want, and it's also another pretty controversial choice. I mean, my favorite swapper is Grilla Driller, so naturally I'm already controversial as is. But the Skylander I desperately want the most is, well, you guessed it, Rubble Rouser. One of the reasons why I desperately want Rubble Rouser is because my German blood relative loves Rubble Rouser very much back when he used to play the Skylanders games, and naturally that bias would make me desperately want to get the guy. From gameplay clips, Rubble Rouser does have a pretty solid catchphrase, which is Brace for Impact. It may be similar to Brace for the Mace, but personally I prefer Rubble Rouser's catchphrase to the latter. While Doomstone is interesting too, I feel that Rubble Rouser just manages to interest me to a more higher level. So, when I get Rubble Rouser one day, I really hope that Rubble Rouser doesn't disappoint me. But what Skylanders do you guys desperately want? I'm open to any opinions. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.